My latest focus has been the canoe, which is an object of early America. And I put an ad in the paper to see if they had any abandoned rustic canoes. It's cold out here.
It's chilly today.
I got a picture of one that was available for sale, and I bought it. I like the shape of it. I added these wood burls. They grow on trees, and I bought a couple of them, and I put them on the boat to look more like a vintage canoe. And that's why they're an odd shape, but I kind of like that. But right now, it's just sitting here gathering things and getting my ideas together of what I would like to show. These are strange things. I think they're from a vintage merry-go-round, these odd shapes here that I have added horns to, chairs with cages. I like the idea of having something that's free because it's the space in between it, but still a cage. And I guess it would reflect back to my ideas about slavery, of being taken care of and having certain things, but you're still caged. Like caged freedom in a way. I like combining manufactured objects with natural objects. Whenever we would move to a new house, I would first go to the trash to see what the other people, the previous owners, had thrown away. So I began collecting at a very early age, maybe like 4 or 5. Only it wasn't called collecting, it was just finding stuff, as my mother would say. And eventually that stuff became art.
The spirited Pasadena City College Lancer Band serves as the official Tournament of Roses marching unit.
I lived between Pasadena and Los Angeles a lot during my early childhood until my father got a sort of permanent position in an office. And then when he passed away, we moved to where my grandmother, his mother, lived down in Watts, California. And going to school, I passed the area where the Watts Towers were built. I think they were on 107th Street. And I was always very curious about them, about what they were and why they were being built. In fact, I didn't know anything about art or sculpture, but that was my first introduction to art and to sculpture, was seeing the Watts Towers. After 2 years at Pasadena City College, I entered UCLA as a junior, took design classes, which was considered commercial design now. After UCLA, I designed cards, greeting cards, like having a new baby or getting married or I'm your friend or something like that. And I liked doing that. And it was part of the commercial art scene, so that meant that I was a commercial artist and made some money at that. And that was when I first began to be interested in not so much just design, but other kinds of art. But I never felt really qualified to be an artist, to express my thoughts and feelings like that, until the murder of Dr. Martin Luther King.
Like anybody, I would like to live a long life. Longevity has its place.
And that
But I'm not concerned about that now.
became
I just want to do God's will.
such an issue
He's allowed me to go up.
for me emotionally, and yet I didn't have any way of expressing it, except I found out that I could use negative and derogatory symbols that supported racism and turn them around to be a positive thing. Like the first piece I did was called The Liberation of Aunt Jemima, Well, Aunt Jemima was a character invented to show black people in derogatory positions of being servants.
Smiling, happy Aunt Jemima, famous for her secret recipe, pancakes, waffles, and buckwheat.
And it was my feeling that I could make Aunt Jemima into a soldier, into a hero, with a broom in one hand and a rifle in the other. And so I did this piece called The Liberation of Aunt Jemima, which started me on my whole art career or my lifestyle as an artist.
Now on display in Los Angeles, the art of Betye Saar.
California artist Betye Saar spent her summer vacations with her grandmother in
focuses on
Guam.
artist Betye Saar, who takes everyday objects and turns them into compelling statements about racism,
Some of
religion,
them, yes.
and
Some of them I consider as ritual pieces.
Betty's work has been shown at the Whitney Museum, Fresno Museum, the Studio Museum of Harlan, MoCA in Los Angeles, MIT, as well as galleries across the United States.
During that time was the Black Revolution, and it was the whole civil rights thing of Black America coming into its own, to its creative self, into films and theater and art. And then I had a reason to use this technique.
Shells of buildings, flames raging out of control.
We do not realize that the time is now, and the time will never
People
come.
gonna get justice, but it's gonna be in the street.
Yeah, how I got involved in politics with the whole business of liberating black people from the way they were treated. That kind of got me into the fine art business. And for 3 years, I collected things to make collage and assemblages.
You said once that being an artist and a mother are close to the same thing because they're both about creation.
Physically, they're quite different, you know. One hurts more than the other. So,
Which one?
art was a way to keep my daughters interested in different things and to teach my daughters different things. We always had projects to do. And I remember about the Huntington Gardens. My mother had a friend named Leona who had been our neighbor in the 20s. And she came to visit us and they took me along. I was maybe like 12 or 13 at that time. It was enjoyable. It was enjoyable to see those plants. And later on, as an adult, when I went back, I could recognize some of the plants that I saw as a teenager. We're just out here looking for dried things that might work in there.
And if there's something that you like this, we could also harvest.
Oh yeah, this is perfect for that. The color especially. But see, when the sun and light hits it, it really turns yellow.
And it has a wonderful branching form too.
Yeah. So as long as you understand what I'm looking for.
Yep, you want something with a sense of motion.
Yes. But nothing like that. That's too heavy.
Right.
And we leave the little ones on, and as we arrange it, we can cut them off and trim it.
Okay.
For me, it's important to use something from the ground.
Yes.
Because that's how it started.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
because that's what I remember so much from my childhood. I like this too. I like the color of that. But yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
See, like this one is pretty good down there. Is this an olive tree?
It is an olive tree, yes.
Gorgeous. Is that an avocado?
And then I'll show you where we will be keeping this material.
Okay, that's great.
It's going to go on the top of the cart, I think so.
So, and you have a place at the gallery where we'll put all this stuff and you can come in and work on it?
Yes.
Okay. I grew up in Pasadena, so I've really been acquainted with this space for a long, long time. When I used to come out here, it was much wilder. Tracy, bring out the notebook, because I'm thinking like under the boat, we can have it go from green things that are picked from the garden, the thing of life that goes from green and new, fading into sticks and things like this. Yeah, let's turn it over. Look at that color. That's gorgeous color.
Look at this.
We don't want it to compete with the boat. Maybe it goes for a boat ride.
Maybe it goes for, yes.
That one is great. That's good too. See, this is a good one too.
Yes.
That has too much going on. Look at that. Nature is something, isn't it? That's for another project. I feel it important to utilize the other people that work here, so they can keep their eyes open.
Yes.
Well, maybe she liked this stick, maybe she liked that bark, you know? So they become part of what goes on in the room.
I think that's very important.
Yeah.
Everyone will contribute to this.
Yeah.
Because the gardeners are really the hardest working people here. Because they're here before the sun rises and they are here in the heat of day.
Yeah.
But they are often unrecognized.
Well, they're going to get some recognition.
Okay, thank you. They will be part of the process.
Absolutely. I hope to be able to save some of the things that they throw away. You know, dead branches, dead leaves, dead flowers and things. So that will be in the installation. That even in death, those things can be really beautiful. When put together with certain things and with certain lighting, it becomes more of an emotional kind of communication. Something that's really hard to do in any art form is to get an emotion, but certain materials can give you emotions. And I started using canoes because I like the idea of a kind of primitive way of transportating. For the viewer, it would conjure up all sorts of strange things. First of all, what is she doing with a canoe in a room? More, it's like the concept of moving from one place to another, from one emotion to another emotion, to using one sort of materials and changing it to another kind of material. But it had a special feeling, more like a dream kind of feeling.
Betty, what's it like making art at 96?
Am I 96?
You don't look it.
I don't know. I keep thinking, well, what am I going to make it when I'm 100? You know, I try not to think of the number. The number is not important.